Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and I have pulled out the AJ journal right here. This is the cover that we made, and I will put a link below to the video where we made this cover. So I'll pull this back out. Erin is not here right now, but I'm going to go ahead and work on it because a lot of people are still waiting on the video. So I just made a small spine, as you remember in the first video, and then some pockets on either side, and I've just got some little pieces of ephemera in there. So we're going to go ahead and work on our signature. Now, I have lots of people who ask me, what is a signature? Why do you call it a signature? A signature is just a group of pages or a group of envelopes and pages. Let me find that book that I had here just a minute ago. Well, I had a book here a minute ago. There it is. Let me see if I can pull this down and show you. Now this one's glued, so it's probably not going to be the same. But if you look at a book and look back here at the back and just kind of separate the pages, you'll see just a group of pages that are grouped together, and they'll kind of separate like that. That is a signature. A lot of them are sewn in. This one happens to be glued, so it's a little bit harder to tell. But when they're sewn in, you can actually go to the center one and you can see where it's stitched. But that's a signature. It's very, very simple. That's all in the world it is. We just call them signatures because that's what they call them when they put them in books. Now I'm going to pull apart some book pages, and I'll probably cut those little edges off. Now I don't have my brace on today. It was okay with my doctor. Don't fuss at me that I pull it off for a little while each day and just kind of exercise my arm. And I'm not going to do anything real strenuous with this. I'm going to take it easy. But he said I could pull it off a little bit at a time each day and just kind of do a few exercises and give it a good salt bath and warm bath to kind of, you know, I'm starting to peel, the skin starting to flake up, so it's getting really itchy, and I told him I just needed a little bit of a relief, and he said you can pull it off a little bit. Alright, so I'm just finding different things. I grabbed this stuff out of my stash. Now you may not have every one of these pages in yours. You probably won't have these pink, but you've got all kinds of dyed pages, and I just pulled these out of my stash. Just, it's something that I want to use, in this one. So it's some of the dyed papers that you guys sent me. This is some of the paper that I got yesterday in some Happy Mail. Well, I opened it yesterday, I think. But I didn't know exactly what this was. And I don't know, I should know what it is, but I don't think they actually use it too much anymore. I don't know, they might. Who knows? But one lady put on there that it is an EKG chart, where the things that print out of those EKG machines, and I should know that as much as my husband has been in the hospital with his heart and had those EKGs run, but I guess I never paid any attention to the paper. Now all I'm doing, and a lot of mine has not been pressed out, so a lot of mine's going to have wrinkles and things in them, and I don't really care about that. It doesn't bother me. But I'm just going through and folding. Well, you know what? I really should see how big I need this before I start folding too much, shouldn't I? I think one of these is going to fit. Yes. So this size right here is going to fit perfectly. I don't have to worry about cutting anything off, and I like that. I don't like to cut those little pieces off and waste my paper. So as long as we've got everything this size, we're good. So we know that the book pages are going to fit, because they're a little bit smaller. This, we may have to trim some off of, not sure. I don't know. We're going to leave it for now and see what happens. Excuse me. That one we know is okay. That one we may have to trim a little. These I know I'm going to have to trim. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold them. I'm going to use my template here. And I am going to fold them over And then I'm going to fold them over again to make some little pockets. So I folded it there because I know it's going to be too wide. And then I'm just going to fold it back over. Okay. And that is going to be a little side tuck that we'll glue down right here on this side. So it'll be a little side tuck in there. And then we know it's too tall, so we can just cut this bottom off. I don't think I want to try to fold the bottom up and make a pocket, since we're already going to have a pocket on that. So we'll just cut that part off. Or, in this case, we're just going to tear it off. So hopefully, since I don't have my cast on, the photo will not, or the movie will not start going in and out like it does when I have that cast on. Every time I put the black up in the camera tries to adjust for it. So, but hopefully it'll be a little bit better without that. But I am so thankful for all of you guys who have sent me happy mail, have sent me well wishes, and sent me prayers and that kind of thing. I appreciate it because this thing has healed really, really quickly. And I know it's not completely healed, and I'm going to be very, very careful with it. So don't berate me in the comments below. I'm going to be very careful with it. When I am up and moving about, I don't leave my cast off. I put it back on. But I thought just to be sitting here crafting, I could pull it off and work with it a little bit. I mean, it is giving it exercise, and I'm not doing anything that's real strenuous, so that's what we're going to do. Now, another thing I wanted to tell you guys, some of these are some that Betty sent me too. I'm going to use some of those. I apologize if I offended anyone yesterday or the day before. I can't remember when I said it exactly, but evidently I touched some nerves when I said something about Tim Holtz wasn't putting out as much as he did before on the re-inkers and things, because the manufacturers are always out. I know that Tim Holtz is a creator and he doesn't have total control over everything. Believe me, he has more control over things than you probably would think. But I know that it's Ranger and all of those it's the manufacturers who have slowed everything down, because a lot of manufacturers are still not working at 100%. A lot of them are working, you know, half capacity, so therefore things are not getting done. Things are not getting out. I know that because I deal with wholesale houses and retailers and manufacturers and all that every day. But I just made that statement. I love Tim to death. He's a very sweet guy, so don't think that I was talking about him or talking bad about him or anything, because I was not. That was just a figure of speech. But anyway, and I know that Ranger and some of those have summary inkers, and I have accounts with them, and I talk to them quite often. I just, a lot of times I buy through my regular wholesale house because I have a good association with them, and I like to support them as much as possible. So there is that. Okay. Now, I think this is going to be plenty of pages for my book, since I don't have, mine is not very thick because I didn't want it very thick. I wanted it to be kind of a small one. So I think this is going to be plenty enough. And what I'm going to do is on this, I'm going to trim this a little bit off because I don't like that ragged edge for what I'm going to do. Now, if you're going to use it a different way, you might like that. But for what I'm going to do, I need it trimmed off. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with it in just a minute. Let's get this kind of cut off here. And see, I'm not even going to press down on that. I'm going to use my other hand as much as possible. Okay, we shall trim that on off. My husband, I think, has dulled my blade on this. He used it the other day to cut something that he shouldn't have. So I may have to get it sharpened. I may have to put some I guess I can put some aluminum foil or something in there and sharpen it up. It's not bad. It's just right at the end where he decided he wanted to cut something that he shouldn't have. And then he got in trouble. So, okay, that looks better. I like that better. Now, this is our doily, and you guys got a doily that's similar to this. Yours was not torn, I hope. But if it was, it doesn't matter because we're going to actually tear the doily up anyway. So if you got one that was a little bit torn, they were kind of hard to keep from not tearing while they were wet because they're so fragile. But my husband did dye all of these. And somebody said, why do you keep saying my husband? We know his name is Whit. Well, I don't know. That's just what I've got used to, Whit. Well, sometimes when I say Whit, people think I'm saying quit, and they don't know what I'm talking about. So, but anyway, Whit did dye all of these. And what we're going to do is, I am going to go around and I'm going to cut all of this lacy part off, and I'm going to leave this inside part. Now you could tear it. Let's see how well it tears. It might tear. Let's see. It might tear okay like this. I don't know. We shall see. If it doesn't, then we'll... Yeah, it tears pretty good like that. I'm just putting my ruler up there. Let's move these out of the way for now. So, what are you guys doing? What are you up to? I have been seeing a lot of you posting some good things on the group. Oh my goodness, some of you are absolutely amazingly talented. I can't remember all the names, but I saw a beautiful journal today posted up. Absolutely gorgeous. So keep posting those videos because I love to see them. And I know everybody else does too. It's how we get our ideas, isn't it? Not necessarily from ourselves, but from everybody else. Well, you know, sometimes mine come to me like at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm just going to tear that down through there. I'm going to be tearing all of that up anyway, so it's not going to matter. And hint, this actually tears better if you hold this and tear the lace. Don't know why. You would think it would be just the opposite, but it's not. So right here, we actually tore that really crooked. So we're going to do that a little bit better, maybe. There, that's good enough. Now we can use all of this, and we're going to. But then we're also going to use this little piece. Now, like I said, I didn't press mine. A lot of yours may be pressed. Mine's not. Mine dried actually that way, but I don't care. That's fine with me. We're going to use this in our journal. So we've not only got our lace here, but we also have a little page that we can use in our journal. That's what those big doilies are nice for. And I'm just going to trim off some of this around the edges. Just a little. So there is another page. Put that down there. Now, get the giblets up. Somebody laughed at me because I call them giblets. This envelope came in a package. I want to say this was from Betty, but don't quote me on that because I'm not sure. You know who sent this to me. These are craft envelopes, and they're 4 3/4 by 11 inches. They're absolutely wonderful. I'm so glad you sent them to me. I had been trying to find some of these, and I hadn't been able to find any so far. So I'm so happy that I got some from you guys. So ever who sent these to me, I totally appreciate it. And I'm thinking it was Betty. But anyway. Alright, so that's going to go in the center of our signature. Because I love that color with this. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So, what we're going to do now is we're just going to grab our pages back over, and I'm going to lay that aside for a minute. We'll work with that in a minute. And then I'm just going to start putting some pages together. I'm going to pull my book pages out, and I'll decide what page I want to be at the front. And I want this one to be at the front these are some pages that Alicia dyed, the little E in our group. This is some pages that she dyed, and I think she did a wonderful job on them. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I think they're gorgeous. So we're going to put that one in first. Then we'll come back with one of those, maybe. And then I'm going to include some of Betty's pieces in here. So there's one of those. This is her spring hydrangea. I cannot say that. Collection. So we're going to come back with that one. Then I think we'll do one of these. And I really want a book page in here, I think, after this. So what I'm going to do is, now, you can put your book page in like this and just fold it that way. But I don't really want my book page to go that direction. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to fold a little bit of that book page down. And that's about 1 inch that I have folded back like that. And then this is going to stitch in the signature, and then we're going to add something else here. And that will just make our book page longer. Do I have that straight? Maybe. So, what are we going to add on this side? We could... You know what we could do? Oh my goodness, I just had a brain thought here. My brain actually worked for a minute. We could just take that paper, and this is from Betty's collection, and we could, where I have it folded right here, we could just take that and cap it on that little piece right there and put it in here. We could stitch it right there like that. I think that will work, or not stitch it, we could glue it. And I think I will just center it up. The book page is actually just a tiny bit taller than this. So I think I'll just center it up, and I'm going to put my glue on here. This is just another way to make a page a little bit longer if you have something that you want to include in your signature, but it's short and you don't want to turn it sideways. This is just another way to do that. Alright, what I'm going to do, let's see. I need the best way to do this. I'm going to lay that down on there like that. Let's see if I can get it straighter. I'll turn it this way and pull on that just a little bit. Okay, let's see if that works. Yep, that works. So we've got that, and then we're going to open it back up, and on this side right here we're going to do the same thing. We're going to glue that down. So just fold that in and then press it down. Now you have this little page right here that is actually not a, I mean, it's, you can't open it up. But this paper this is printer paper, so it's thin. So I can leave it like that, and I have, you know, a page here and a page here. And I could also have a pocket up here at the top. Ooh, that's a good idea. All right, what I think I want to do is I'm going to trim this book page a little bit. I want it to be the same height as that. And I am using my arthritis scissors, and I have gone up on the handle like someone told me that it made it a lot easier on you, and so I've done that. So I'm doing everything possible. So don't fuss at me. Don't fuss at me. All right, let's do that, and then I'm going to make this a pocket. So that just means I need to put a little glue right here at the bottom of this. I'm glad you guys thought of this. Y'all thought of it, right? Not me. I can't believe I thought of this. One of you thought of it and told me, didn't you? Now we're going to put it a little, pull out of that top, and I'm just going to do it on both sides. Let's see. No, I'm not. Wait a minute. I'm not going to do it on my book page. I'm going to do it this way. And no, I'm not going to punch that with my right hand. I'm just going to hold it, punching it with my left. Oh, I like that. Now look. So we have, this is added in. So your stitching would go right down through there. Got a book page on this side, and then you've got a double page on this side with a pocket. That's pretty neat. I like that. Okay. You know what? I want to do another. I want to do another the same way. So let's see what we have that we want to use. We could use another one of Betty's pages. I've got one more here, I think. I think I want to use this one inside the journal. So we're going to pull another out here. Now this I have just printed. This is one of her newer collections. She actually sent it to me about a month ago, but I have just now got around to printing it. This one is called, and let me look and make sure. Let's see. This one is called Timeless Treasures. So let me write that down, and then I'll remember, hopefully, to go over and link it for you guys. Timeless Treasures. Okay. So this, again, like I said, is from Betty. So let's see. And it goes perfect. Look at this. Goes perfect with it. I think she makes these for us, doesn't she? I mean, she doesn't make them for herself. She makes them for us because they match everything that I do. I think I want to use that one right there. Oh, I could show you all of it, couldn't I? Okay, there's that page. That page. Now, I printed, as you can see, I printed these on just regular printer paper. For now, I'll go back if I need them for something else, and I'll print them on a heavier printer paper. But this is just on the thin, lightweight printer paper. Isn't this beautiful? This is a gorgeous collection. Love it. It goes from pale to a little bit darker. Everything is blending well. I love how the butterfly's kind of in the background with the little beads on it. It's gorgeous. And I'm sorry, Betty, that I haven't got to show this one earlier, that I just got around to it. Isn't that great? That one right there is beautiful. Love this. And it also, there's also a ephemera pack, I think, or an add-on that you can get to go with this that matches up. I haven't printed it yet. I just got this one printed a few minutes ago. Just kind of going through all of my things that I wanted to print. I love that. Okay, we're going to use that one. So go over and check Betty's store out on Etsy. I will link it below, and I will link this collection so that you can go over there and check it out and show her some love. She's so sweet. I don't know how the woman does it. She has 9 children, if I'm not mistaken, Betty. I think I read that you have 9 children and a husband and a house and all the, probably animals and all this kind of stuff, and she works constantly. She has to work constantly. There's no way that that lady can get all this done, and she's always sending me things and sending other people happy mail. She's just so sweet. So anytime that I can help anyone out with a new company, and you know, her company is new, she's just started it not too long ago, I am more than happy to, because I know when I was first starting out, I would have loved to had someone that helped me. I didn't have anybody. I struggled along for a long time and didn't have anybody that showed me any help, or you know, would answer questions for me or anything like that. And it's tough when you don't have that support. So if I can help in any way, and you guys starting your own little business or whatever, you let me know. I will be more than happy to. Okay, we are going to, let's see, don't put it upside down, Missy. Oh, I love that clock. We're going to put that right there. And again, I think I'm just going to trim this textbook page off. Let me get it situated. My dad used to say situated. Get it situated. Okay. So let's put our glue on here. Make another pocket. We don't have to put these together. We can put one in the front and one in the back. It's just a new style page pocket. I don't think I have seen one like this before anywhere. So I hope this one helps you out a little bit. Alright, then we're going to put that there. Make sure that this is, yep. Make sure I didn't put it on upside down. That's what I was going to say. So, how many of you guys are going to come tomorrow night on Facebook, live Facebook, and show Aaron or AJ some support? He's going to do a concert for everyone. And love to talk with you in the comments. Melina and myself and Alicia are going to all be on in the comments, so we'll be able to talk with you, answer questions. Now, please don't think that we're on there to answer questions about the store, because we're not. We can answer questions about Aaron or his CDs or anything like that, but we're not going to be discussing the store. So, if you're coming to talk about the business, we won't be doing that. But we'd love to just chat with you. We'll talk about ourselves or, you know, our family, anything like that you want, but just not the store, not scrapbooking with me business, because we want this to be Aaron all on his own, doing his thing. You know, he's our grandchild that they said would never talk, would never be able to remember things, would never show affection, anything like that. Well, he still struggles with his speech, but as far as talking, this boy can talk you to death. Plus, he remembers all of these songs from front to back. He never forgets a song. If he hears it one time, it's in his memory. He doesn't forget it. He knows the words to hundreds and hundreds of songs. He doesn't ever look at any kind of book or music, anything like that. He can stand up and sing in front of thousands of people, and it doesn't bother him. He doesn't get nervous. He's just amazing. And I know I'm prejudiced because he is my grandson, but he is amazing. Amazing to us. So don't ever give up on those children that maybe the doctor said that would never do this or do that, because they don't know it all. They don't know who we know, do they? Okay, where's the center? Okay, there we go. Alright, I am just kind of going through and deciding which pages I want here and there. I'm going to put this one in there. Right there. And I don't stress too much over this. I put them in there because I can always make a few little adjustments here and there if I need to, even after it's made. You know, I can't take the pages out and turn them around, but I can make adjustments. So I don't worry too much about it. Oh, I started to say, oh my gosh, I put that on upside down, but I didn't. It's the right way. Put that there. And I think I'm getting kind of full. I don't think I need to put too many more. So let's see what this is going to look like. Let's see. I don't think I need to use those. If I use those, it's going to be bulging at the seams big time. And I don't mind a bulging book, believe me, but I want to add pockets and all kinds of other things in here too. And if I get it too full, then I won't be able to do a lot of that. So I'm thinking, let's see how many pages I have in this, because a lot of you ask. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 pages, which is good. That's a good number. And then I'm going to put that right there. Now, let's hope that this is not going to stick out too far. And no, I don't. Well, my envelope looks like it may. I may have to trim a little bit off. I may have to do that. Let's see. Let's pull that out. And I think on these right here, looks like I need to trim a little of that. So let me show you, if you're one that wants to have all of these little pages even, let me show you what you can do. Make sure first that they're all folded together and all is even on this end as possible back here. And then I just take something and stick them together like that. Then, let me see if I've got it. Now, I don't know how much of this I'll be able to do, but if I can't do it all, then I will just show you what to do and then you can do it. Then I put my ruler right at the end of that, and I take my knife, and I'm just going to go over it very lightly because I'm not going to press with this hand, but I'm just going to slide that over lightly and let it cut what it will. Just trim that off. And I just keep sliding it over there until I don't see any more little pieces coming off. Just make sure that you're on a surface that you can cut on. And you know, mine's kind of jagged, but it's because I can't really press with this hand. But yours, I'm sure, will be better. But that's the gist of how you do it right there. So let's see what we got. Got a lot of little giblets. Okay. Now I'm going to take my scissors and just kind of even this up a little bit. And you could just cut them one at a time if you wanted. If you don't want to put them in a stack like that, it doesn't matter. See, that one didn't want to cut really well, did it? Oh, and you know what I did? By cutting that, I have actually cut this pocket open, so we'll need to glue that back together, which is not a problem. We can do that. Just because the page was a little bit long, it kind of trimmed that edge off of there. But we can fix it, not to worry. Okay, we need that little piece off right there. And if some of them are a little jagged, I don't care. I really kind of like that look. Anyway. Oops. I don't like that look with them going all crooked, though. With me cutting them all crooked. Okay. So that's okay. And that one is basically okay. Good, that's good. Need to trim this one just a little up through there. Okay, like that. Okay, I am just evening some of the I am just making some of these more even. Evening sounds like I'm talking about the evening. I don't even know if that's a word, evening. Okay, that. Let's see, did I open any other pockets? Okay, I think that is good right there. That's as good as I want it anyway. You can always make it a little bit neater if you want to. This works for me. Okay, so there we go. I think we got all the giblets up. So that is the way it's going to look right there. Now let's see what we need to do to our envelope. Okay, I really don't want to cut any of the envelope off, because then I would have to glue the side. Let's see. I'm thinking. I could always fold it a different way, but I think I'm just going to cut the ends off and then glue it back together. It's not a big deal. I can glue it back. I just don't want it to be sticking out. Ooh, that's kind of tough. There we go. So that should work there. Let's see if we close that up. Yes, that works great. Now, there's two different things we could do here. We could leave this to where it would open up and you'd have all this journaling space. We could do different things with this, or we can glue these sides back together. And you know what? Until I decide exactly what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it just like this. So we've opened that envelope up. Now we do need to go back to that page that is a pocket right here, and we need to glue this down. So I'm just going to run a little bead of glue down through there. And these are tall pockets, but they could be used for either a tall journaling tag, or you could just put ephemera and things down in there in case you go somewhere and you want to take your journal with you. That one, it didn't open. And you just have all of your goodies down in that pocket. You could do something like that if you wanted to. Lots of different things that you can do with this. Right. So there we go, right there. I love that. Okay, that's how we're going to stitch it in. And, you know, it looks kind of skinny right now, but once we add ephemera, pockets, all that kind of stuff in here, it's going to be huge. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to center this up. I'm going to make sure that I've got these as even as I possibly can. So, even. Okay, now for you all of you people who asked, this is a signature. As you can see, I've got various kinds of paper in here, envelope. You could put just about anything in here. You could put doilies inside here, anything that you want. And when I stitch these together, this is my signature right here. So I'm gonna hold it as tight as I can, and I'm gonna put that there. Just make sure before you stitch that everything is pressed down this way as far as it will go. So let's grab another, and we'll put that one right there. Okay, so we've got that clip together. Now what we want to do is mark the center of this. So I take my Tim Holtz ruler, and if you don't have a Tim Holtz ruler, you need one of these. This ruler has the center point on this side. It has a 0 right there. And then it counts down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then on this side of that 0, it counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So as long as you put that 0 down and you've got the same number or the same measurement on this side and this side, you have got your center. It's a lot easier than measuring and then dividing and all that kind of stuff. So see, I'm going to lay it down there, and I'm going to slide my ruler until I get this one showing at 4 1/4 and this one showing at 4 1/4. So the line is there and there, so I know that right there is my center point. So I'm going to mark that. Then I always come up 3. Some people do 2. I do 3. So I go 1, 2, 3, and I mark that. And then I go 1, 2, 3, and I mark there. That gives me my marks as to where I am going to put my holes and stitch this in. Now I'm going to stitch my signature in my journal at the same time as I stitch it together. So what I want to do now is I want to fold my journal up as much as I can. Make sure that the center let's see if I can do this like this. Make sure that this little point right here that shows where all my papers are folded is right in the center point of that spine. So as much as possible, it doesn't have to be perfect, but just kind of get it as close as you can to the center of that spine. And then when you find that center of that spine, just go ahead and clip all of this together. Okay. So right there seems like a good spot for me. And I'm just going to take my clip off and clip it like that. Now if I fold that up and it looks like that, with that all in the center, then I'm good. And that looks fine with me. So what we're going to do now, pull that down. I'm going to pull my little piece of, this is like styrofoam, not styrofoam, but it's like rubber, a real thin rubber. I'm going to pull that down. And this was actually an old stamping pad. And I got it, and this is what I use it for. I don't use it for stamping. Now, in your kit, you got an awl. Yours doesn't have the wood handle like mine, but I think it has a plastic handle, and I think it's actually longer than this, which is good. I wish this one was a little bit longer. But hold your book up together like this, or your journal. Don't open it up and try to poke your holes. Hold it up like this. Make sure everything is pressed down as far as it will go that way. So just kind of run your fingers down through there and press it down and look at it. Make sure that it's sitting down there in the bottom. And mine looks like that it is. So I'm going to pull that just a little bit more that way. Yeah, that's good. Now while that is up like that, I'm going to hold it with my hand. And then I'm going to go right down in there and press that hole in the middle part like that. You see that thing came out in the center. Then I'm going to go up to the top, and I'm going to go on that mark where I marked it, and I'm going to press my hole again in there. Just put your awl through, and then I'm going to go down to the bottom, and again I'm just going to press that awl through there. Okay, so there we go. We've got our holes in. Our holes are out here. Now, I just kind of I put that all back in that center hole, and I kind of leave that there while I'm finding my thread and that kind of thing. You don't have to do that, but that just helps me hold on to it. Make sure that I've got everything in the right spot. Then, I'm going to use some brown thread. Take my needle here, and then this is some of our waxed brown thread. It has a wax seal on it, so it slides through real well. And this is just a large eyed needle, and we have I think you got one in your kit, but we also have them in stock. Well, I know you got one in your kit. You should have anyway, unless it slid out somewhere. Okay, I know we put one in all of them. Now you're going to go down through the middle. So just go in that hole there. And then come back up at the top. Like that. Now, when you're putting this one back in the top, you may have to, kind of search around for that hole. If you do, just wiggle your needle around. You'll find it. Okay, go right in there. All right, and I'm sorry I turned the book around on you, didn't I? I'm just trying to get it in a comfortable position for myself. Now you're going to go all the way down to the bottom, and you're going to put that needle through that bottom hole right there. Okay. Then you are going to come back up to that center hole, and you're going to put that needle back through there. And it should, where are you? There we are. It should pop right back up through there. And then you want your needle to come up on the opposite side as this. See, we've got this on this side of that string right there and that on that side. And that's what you want. Okay, then you're just going to pull it this way and pull it that way. And then I always look at the outside just to make sure that there's no knots or nothing going on out there that I don't want. And then you're going to tie a knot there. And then I try to tie a double knot or a square knot or whatever you want to call it. There we go. And then just until I can get everything in and make sure that I've got all of my pages situated like I want them, I go ahead and tie a little bow in there, and I don't cut that string off. I don't cut it off until last. That way, if I have to take this out, I don't waste this thread. I can put it back in again. So there is that on the outside there. That looks pretty good. I think we did pretty good on that one. And then we got these in here. Now, you just need to go through and just kind of press your pages out. I usually just flip through, and I just give them a little press with my hand. I mean, the more you work at this, the better this is going to be. I hope I put that right way up. If I didn't, we'll just cover it with something. You know, if I put some of them upside down, that one's right side up. You see how that's stitched in? The book page is on one side and that's on the other. If you have any pages that are blank on one side, don't worry about it. We'll put something on there. I have a good idea to cover blank pages in your journals. That video's coming up later on this week. Get that. Alright, we got that. See, we'll cover this with something. There's another pocket. And there's that. This is just paper out of one of those ledger books, and it's just dyed. Somebody dyed it for me. And then there's our envelope, and we're going to decide what we want to do with this. We can't really fold it out now, can we, since we stitched it in. We'll go ahead and close the ends up and make pockets out of it. It's not a big deal for me. Okay. And remember, this is a journal that you're going to be working in and, you know, writing in, journaling in, putting photos in. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Don't try to get everything just perfect and so. All right, all I'm doing is gluing these edges down like that, because I think when they're perfect put together, I don't think they're as pretty. They don't look as handmade to me as they are if they've got just a little flaw here and there. That's my opinion anyway. All right, there's that doily page. This is a page that I'm going to show you how to do one of these in the next video. This is a very cool little piece here, and it opens up and there's a little journaling spot. Isn't that cute? It's got two little tags in it, two little bitty tags. I'll show you how to do that in the next one, next video. And then there's that first grader tablet page. I love that. See, the more you go through here and just kind of press them, the better they're going to be. And you can even add magazine pages and things like that in here if you want to. You don't have to put all dyed paper or all book pages. Make it yours. Put in here what you want, okay? So there is our cover. Oh, I love it. It's already starting to bulge. Now, I'm going to take this doily, and I'm just going to add some pieces here and there, just to give each page a little bit of different, not each page, but just to give the pages a little bit of, excuse me, a little bit of decoration, just using the doily. So we'll glue it down like that. You could ink around these if you want. I'm not going to ink around it. I'm just going to put some down. Just make sure that you get a good bit of glue behind it so that all your little pieces will lay down. You can also use this on top of pockets, so I'll save some of mine to use on the top of pockets. This one, I think I'm just going to put it right there and press it down. See, that just adds a little to that page, I think. Okay, let's see. Let's put another little piece right here. And we'll just put this one, I think. I think we'll put this one at the side. And I'm just going to clip that off. I'm not trying to make it too even, but yeah, I think I'm going to run this one that way. Like that. You can put these pieces of doily behind some of your ephemera. That makes it really pretty too. And I may come back and put ephemera on top of these. As a matter of fact, let me grab some ephemera out here. This is some of the ephemera that you got in your kit. Just gonna pour some of it out here. Okay, I think that's it. And what? Ooh, that's pretty. Look at that. Oh, I like that. Didn't have to go any further right there. I like that. And I don't think I'm going to ink around this. Sometimes I like the ink and sometimes I don't, depending on what kind of look I'm going for. This one I don't want to ink around because I like that just blended in look. If I wanted it to stand out, then I would ink around it. Oh, I like that. See how much better that page looks already, just with a doily and a little bit of embellishing. Beautiful. Just make sure you get all those little edges glued down. Okay, another little piece right there. Let me grab a paper towel. There we go. Let's see what we might want to put something back here on this one. Not sure if I do or not. No, I don't want to put that on there. Oh, I kind of like that on there. That stands out, doesn't it? I like that. So let's put this butterfly there. And I have no clue what embellishments or die cuts you got in your kit. A lot of the packets were different, so I don't have a clue. I just got a few that were left over is what I ended up getting. So just use whatever you have. It's going to be pretty, whatever it is. Okay, so that's good enough for there. We'll do something else up here. We may do some kind of title or something like that. I like that page. Don't know that I need anything on that page. Let's see. Oh wow, look at that pink and that pink. Huh, I may need that butterfly going to that flower up there, so we shall put it down. How cute. Alright, let's see. Oh, and that was our pocket page, so that's good. Now on this side we need to do something. We need to embellish this side a pretty good bit because we don't have, this is just plain, we don't have anything on there. So I'm just going to grab some of this paper that I got from, this is from Betty's kit, the Spring Hydrangea. And I think we'll tear it. And yeah, I'm tearing it by hand. I don't want to grab my ruler right now for some reason. And let's see. Might want to run it right there. I'll tear this one off a little bit more. Okay, then we'll tear this off the bottom. And then this I'm going to ink because I actually want this little piece to stand out from my page. So I'm going straight into it and I'm inking it quite a bit right on the very edge. Okay. Like that. Now I don't ink over here because I'm going to bring that to the end of the page right there, but I do want to ink on this side. Now you could leave this and let it be a little side tuck pocket, or you can glue it all the way down. I think we'll let it be a little side tuck pocket. So that means all we're going to glue is down through here. Even though this is a thin paper, I think it will still work. We're going to glue up here at the top and across the bottom. Just going to leave this, the inside, open. Okay. There we go. Now we have a little pocket that you can tuck some stuff in there. A little side tuck pocket like that. Of course, it'll have to be bigger than that, but that's what you have there. And then let's see if we have anything that we could, nope. Just looking to see if there's anything that I want to put on there. No, I think that's too big. That's not the right color. So I think we may leave it. I may come back and add something else here later. I may put another flower of some kind there, but I'm going to leave that for right now. Now you could also put something over here on this side if you wanted. That's just strictly up to you. If you want anything on this side, you may not want anything over there. I think I'll leave that for now. You can always decide later. Don't try to finish every page as you go through because you can always come back to them. Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness, look at that. See, I love that on that page. That behind has just a touch of pink to it. And then this, beautiful. But I want something behind it. And I'm thinking I want a little piece of book page behind it. Because if I don't put something behind it, it's going to look like it's just floating around in air. So I'm just going to tear a little piece of book page. Let me lay it down before I ink it. So let's see if that's what it's gonna, see if that's what I want. Is that what I want? Like that, maybe? Okay, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut this stem off a little bit because I feel like it's a little bit too long. And then I'm gonna do that, I think, and put it that way. So yeah, we're going to ink this. And you can put 2 or 3 layers of something behind these if you want. You don't have to use just one layer. Layer it up, make it look pretty. So press that down right there. And then this, we're going to put right there. And I'm trying to decide if I want to put, I'm going to put a little ink around this. just because I want it to stand out a little bit more than what it is. And just a touch of ink on the edge will make that happen. Love it. Love, love, love it. Okay. So there is that. Let's see what else we have here. I'll probably make a little pocket on here. I don't really have one of these that I want to use, but I'll probably do a little pocket on there. And I might actually, let's see what this pocket looks like. We could put that little pocket down there. That's cute. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I folded it up by the score lines, but then I'm just gonna run my bone folder across those so that it'll make it lay down well. And then all I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put a little bit of glue back there, a little bit of glue back there, and press that down. Now, if you wanted to, you could put something on here to make this close. I'm just going to leave it for now. And I am going to let the back be a little pocket too. So I'm just going to glue on the side, across the bottom, and then up this side. And that way I can have another little pocket on a pocket, or behind a pocket. A pocket behind a pocket. So you see, you can tuck that in like that, or like that. So you got another little pocket right there. All right, what else? And right now I'm just putting on some of these embellishments. I'm not worried about making my pockets and everything right now. That will come a little bit later. Ooh, what does that look like with that? No, I looked in the screen and it was a no. Nope, it's a little bit too orangey. Okay. And I'm not going to do anything to the envelope right now. We'll come back and do something with that later. We definitely need something here, but we'll cover that later too. And then on this, I just want to put a little piece of something like that. I know this is a long tag, but I'm not going to use it for that. So I'm just going to glue it down right there. I think that looks fine. Okay. And you could just glue it on the sides and leave one side open. And you could have another little tuck spot if you wanted. I'm going to glue mine all the way around because I don't think I need another little tuck spot. There's that. There's our little tuck under there. Oh, look at that. I like that. Do I have anything else I want that on more? Do I want it on something else more than I do that page? I don't know. I may. I may want it on this page more than I want it on that page. No, I actually like it on this side better. It doesn't take up quite the whole page like it does on the other side. But I think I like it on this one better than I do anywhere else. So we may glue that one down right there. But I'm going to run a little piece of book page or something across the bottom, just to kind of anchor it. And then we'll put this right there. You know, we could have tucked that in, couldn't we? We could have tucked that in behind there. I already glued it now. Let's see if I can get it up. You know what I'll do? Take part of that stem off and make it look like it's tucked in. There we go. Like that. Make it look like it's growing out of that book page. I don't mind that. Cute. I like that. Okay, that's what we're going to do there. And I don't think we're going to do anything else today. I think I'm going to wait and start adding pockets and things on in the next video. But I will show you how we make this in the next video. These are very easy, and you can use them in any corner. So they're fun to make, and you can use scraps to make them with. I didn't put a tie on this, but I think all I'll tie it with is probably just some lace. And I am going to put lace right here on that part, so we shall do that in the next video as well. So we'll continue using some of these little pieces up. And I want to put some of these little tabs on here too. I think that'll look neat. Like put a little tab right there. So we'll, you know what, I want to put it down right now. So we're going to put this one down, and I'll put the others down later. Now, this one doesn't have a back to it, and that I don't care. It doesn't bother me. It's just going to be mine, so. I don't know why I put glue all over it, because it didn't need glue all over it. But there's the tab. Isn't that cute? And the tabs stick out just a little bit, and I like that. So that's what we're going to do with some of those tabs. Alright, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and click that subscribe button. And if you didn't get an AJ kit for March, that's what we're working on now, and you would like to get an AJ kit for June, that will be the next quarterly kit for our grandson, AJ. That next kit will be coming up in June. You can go ahead and pre-sign up for it now, and we will invoice you at the last of May. So all we will need is you to email us at the email link below, and then just let us know that you want to be in the waiting list or in the pre-sign up for the AJ kit for June. We'll need your name and your email address that you receive emails through so that we can send you an invoice the last of May. Alright guys, we will talk to you later. Don't forget, we'll see you tomorrow night. The link for tomorrow night's live will be below, so make sure that you go over and click on that, like that page, and make sure that the notifications are clicked so that you'll be notified when Erin goes live. That will be at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.